Welcome to the Curry Gumbo Podcast. And today we are having a house party. We got Kid Play, Sydney and Shireen, and I got my girls Kalesha and Ashley with me. Let's go. We start with Kid getting ready for school. Is that correct?
In the bed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, his dad cooked breakfast. His dad is Robin
Harris. And we are going to stop there because I have things to say. Okay.
What's wrong?
First of all, I think this is at this time a movie unlike any other, because I was like, what are the kind of the black movies that are out? And I had a list
in
like
1990.
1989 to 1988, like I'm Gonna Get You Sucker,
School
Coming to
Days.
America, School Days, Glory, Harlem Nights, Do the Right Thing, The Woman of Brewster Plays, Lean on Me.
It was so depressing.
So they were either
that was a
these
depressing era
dramas that were like heavy with the racial messaging, or they were funny. But Harlem Nights is an adult comedy.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is one of the first ones where we get like a buddy comedy that's young. I think you probably
also rappers.
Yes.
Is this the first, outside of like, I know Crush Groove is 80s, but that was about Def Jam, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But is this the first movie like that stars rappers acting? Like, not really.
Yeah, because I mean, Juice comes out a couple of years later. This film was actually meant for Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff.
Really?
Because they were they lost a lawsuit to New Line Cinema. And New Line Cinema was like, instead of paying us, you can play in a movie. And Reginald Hudlin was like, nah, because they don't really want to do it, so the movie's gonna suck, you know. And so I think it got around to like, there was like some scheduling conflicts with Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff, so they couldn't do it anyway. So this probably would have been, either way, it would have been like a rapping duo. And like those boys were like a big deal. I forgot all about their cartoon. They were
Kid and Play?
Yeah, like they were dancers for Salt and Pepper. Or maybe they were in some videos, but like they were a big deal. So I think it was just fun seeing them on screen like this. And I think this is the first time we see them on screen together, because I think Class Act comes after the house party movies.
Yep.
So yeah. But back to this breakfast.
Blew my mind. Hold on, you blew my mind with Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince.
Don't that make sense? That makes a lot of sense. But I also can't see Fresh Prince acting with Robin Harris. Can't see it.
Will Smith being Robin Harris' son?
No. Robin Harris, who is 36 in this film, and Kid is 26. Play is like 28. Martin Lawrence is like 25. Like, niggas is old. But I cannot believe that Robin Harris, shout out to, rest in peace, Robin Harris, who dies like right after it comes out, with like 36. It's like, what?
Probably. I didn't know he was 36, but
I didn't either.
Just you saying that, and then like his appearance, and I'm assuming here because I didn't know that, but it like he looked like maybe something was going on. Yeah, something was going on. Cause that's young. Something was going on, perhaps health wise. You know.
Do we know what his cause of death was?
I don't know.
So he died of a heart attack.
Okay.
March 9th. So he died like 2 weeks after the movie came out. That's crazy.
Yeah. And I know the second film is dedicated to him.
Yeah, it is.
But so he's he does a wonderful
Yeah.
job. I mean, he really he really helps to carry this movie, and or he, you know, Kid and Play are the main attractions, but he's a wonderful supporting actor. Like, he doesn't get washed over. I don't actually, I feel that way about all of them. Like, Martin Lawrence holds his own. Tisha Campbell and AJ Johnson, they're really unforgettable in this film.
Yep.
But Robin Harris on that table, I saw pancakes, I saw hash browns, I saw toast. And Kid picked up a slice of toast and left for school. And I just thought that was in white people stuff.
Thank you.
I said, you done left them pancakes on that table. This man worked nights.
Maybe he wasn't hungry.
You gonna take them pancakes to school. You gonna do something. You gonna eat a pancake.
You can't take pancakes to school.
I don't care what you finna do. You finna figure it out. You gonna grab a slice of toast before you grab a pancake?
You know,
girl, I didn't pay attention to like the homosocial element between Kid and the father. I always paid attention between like the friendship between Kid and Play, Kid, Play, Bilal. I never really took seriously the connection between Robin Harris's character and Kid, he's a wonderful dad. And when I watched it when I was 5, but I had to have watched it over like on a VHS or something. But I remember being like, man, gotta get away from that mean dad. He's so mean.
Oh,
no, I'm going party. But he's just so wonderful. He's so wonderful to this child. And so I don't know. That's something I want to talk about. I guess we can get into it a bit later. But yeah, he make them breakfast and he go to school, get in trouble with them 40-year-old high school students who are hilarious, but they muscles is bigger than the lunch tables they sitting at.
So true.
They need to be in GED classes and not in regular classes.
Regular.
We all had super seniors in high school.
They was super duper.
You are not allowed to be that wide and talk like this. I'm gonna kick your ass. It's not allowed. It's not allowed.
Full Force.
Was that their Full group? Force.
What got me about Full Force was that they was singing them high pitched singing notes they was doing.
Give me a Full Force song,
girl.
Dang, honestly,
I just know, like, you would think they would be rappers, but they singing.
They're singing. They've done some songs I actually really like. I forget. I know I hate that I'm literally saying, but they have some songs that really are standout songs.
So I know one of them is the "Ain't My Type, right, baby." Ain't that it? It's in the movie.
That's a Kid and Play song.
I thought that was Full Force.
It's Full Force on there. I can call them, but if I'm not mistaken, that was Full Force.
So
Kid get in a fight with Full Force.
Right.
What was their problem? What was their problem?
They bullies. They angry.
But why did they hone in on Kid?
Because they don't like him.
Why? I need the origin story. What did Kid do?
Nothing. You know, people just be having attitudes in high school. I just don't like her just because. You don't need no reason.
Yeah, they don't have no reason.
They don't like him because he got a daddy at home. That's the reason.
You know, them other kids ain't got no dad.
You never know. I mean, but at the end of jealous for some reason, but probably it could be something from like, you know, he has this high top fade that literally,
maybe because he light skinned. He the only light skinned dude in the school. It could be that.
Well, I hate that if that's the case. I mean, it could.
What were you about to say? Because he got his hair growing and the other people.
Well, no, you know, like
they bald headed.
You know when you do something like that, like when you have your hair like that, when nobody else has their hair like that, you trying to stand out. So
stand out.
They girl, them niggas had buzz cut. They had mullets. They standing out
but
too.
No, that was kind of like normal.
No, that was 80s style. That was 80s
kind of style.
A flat top was 80s style
but
too.
You know, he did his all the way up. So it's like you kind of standing out.
He was extra.
Cause you know,
kid was extra
right,
with
like,
it.
You know, he went all the way extra. Agreed. Like he went extra. So I think people feel like
nobody had a high top as high as kid.
So it's making it seem like who is he? You know what I mean? Like, who is he kind of deal. But, you know, the first person that probably wore braids, like as a boy in the school, was probably like, oh, who is he think he is? But when everybody started wearing it's okay. But he did it all the way up. So it's kind of like they looking at him like, does he trying to be too cool? You know, I can't get my hair that high up. Or if I do, I'm not going to have it overnight. So that's why I was thinking they don't like him.
And if I do, I'm biting him.
Exactly.
And also, like, he never presented himself to be... Kid, like, felt a little geeky, but also cool, especially since he is friends with Play, who just exudes coolness. And because he's accepted in that crowd, I can see people not knowing what to do with him, and sometimes that evokes aggression. Like, are you a nerd or are you cool? Which one is it? I don't like it. I need to know what to do with you. That happens sometimes too.
That's a good point. Because why are you, who I think is like whatever, your friends would Play, and he's like so cool. So it's like, and y'all are like really friends, like y'all not faking it. So it's like, oh, I don't like you. You know.
Yeah.
It's like, how you cool with Play?
Right. It's like, again, high school stuff, you know. But Play was like really cool.
So, kid and these dudes get in a fight. He say because they call his mama a hoe, so he had to fight. And they go to the was it the principal or the guidance counselor office, somebody's office. And what happened? A note is sent. They say they're gonna send a note home or whatever. So kid go home nervous. He don't know if he getting a phone call or a note from school. He trying to intercept
everything,
all the phone calls. Check all the mail. Daddy, this all the mail you got today?
Yeah, no.
That principal or administrator was an older white woman. When kid throws the Jell-O at them bullies, it hits a picture of Ronald Reagan. And I'm like, this is a black ass school. Why the fuck is there a picture of Ronald motherfucking Reagan?
Well, the students are black.
Exactly.
We ain't see no black teachers.
Exactly. We saw that black administrator who just looked like he was on duty. He didn't give me teacher vibes. He gave me like, I'm here to keep. He gave me overseer vibes. But I liked how this film, same with Boomerang, race is never far away. It's never not a part of the conversation. That's why we see the harassment from the white racist cops. That's why we see them being these black students in this school that is run by white people. And I don't think that they take seriously what has just happened to Kid. And they're saying, you know, like, oh, he's talking about your mother and your mother has passed. There is no like, would you like to speak with a counselor? Baby, we need to figure out why you is tripping like this. Why would you say this about his mother? You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it just...
Well, the white lady was like, why are you calling his mama a garden tool? I don't get it. What does that mean?
Which is another reason you should not be working there if you don't understand the language.
Come on now. But,
do we know? Oh,
no, I was just saying to your point, actually, about the Reagan picture and just like, you know, like the language, you know, you don't even know certain things. I just think it just also is just a representative of the fact that really is like normal. Like in black schools, you don't always have like, you know, black administrators, black faculty, staff, you know, some of the leads are, but it just kind of depends. So to them, it's like, regardless of who kind of is the the majority of the students, what race they are, they don't even care, you know, Reagan's my president, you know, regardless of how he's done it, you know what I mean? It just felt like, you know, regardless, I don't know the language, I don't care.
He was the president at that time.
He was the president at that time, but like, wasn't he on his last term? because the movie comes out in the 90s, but they probably filmed it in 89.
True.
So I just kind of, I don't know. I just kind of feel like that, even that isn't a great, like, imagine us being at a school and all of a sudden, when Barack Obama is elected president, but all of a sudden, like the last year of his term, they put up pictures of George Bush. When y'all know somebody else is coming in, but y'all gonna put up pictures of George Bush. It's like a lot of the Confederate monuments were put up well after the Civil War. It's like, what are y'all, like, what are you trying to do here?
But honestly, we lived through that.
Yeah.
Personally, it didn't really click with me. It's like you see like the Robert E. Lee stuff.
Yeah.
Especially like around Georgia, but like I didn't get it. Did y'all feel like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm seeing this monument?
Not so much like a monument per se, because I guess I didn't really put it to mind, but where I went to high school here in Georgia, it was definitely like, I already knew about the Confederate flag, but then like when it would be a thing like in school where it'd be like, you can't wear these kind of shorts, or boys tuck your shirts in, or don't wear that kind of messaging on these shirts. And it would of course be black kids. But then when white girls would wear oversized shirts, covering up their shorts, they were already too short, and their shirt was a Confederate flag on the back, talking about some pride and stuff, literally they would never, ever, ever, ever get disciplined. So you already knew. It never happened.
Yeah. I mean, and you would even have kids who would say, oh, I got in trouble because I wore this chain to school. But you would have a white emo kid who's probably, their politics are probably liberal, but they're wearing like these big heavy ass chains that you could do major damage to property and to a person. And no one says anything to them because they're an emo kid, and and you don't read violence on them the way you have read violence on this black student. But I think that's the point, for you not to notice it, for you not to, for you to be like, oh, this is just a part of my everyday. Like, that's how it works. Like, that's how we get so far into it, to where it's like, oh, we can't teach critical race theory. Like that. I feel like just little by little by, like, that's how it's done. Make this a part of people's everyday, so you're not questioning it. Like, I don't care about the school being named Robert E. Lee. Who cares about that? That's why, even though Kevin Samuels was in the episode, that's that the conversation that they were having on Atlanta, changing the name of the high school, paying the kids college tuition, but only the black kids. So. But yeah, they racist, and he at home trying to get that letter. He trying to answer phone calls.
Everything. He was scared.
He was scared. Dad is home trying to make himself a smoothie, talking about he got a weight problem, can't wait to eat. I laughed out loud, even though that joke is like super old. Yeah. I just don't understand why Robin Harris looked gray. Like, why his wife beater looked gray, and he on them gray khakis. Why?
He
was working.
Tired,
He was tired.
Cooking, got a son. He got to handle and make sure he's straight. It was just like he exemplified just like, like that.
Tired black man.
I want to go home and lay on the couch and watch TV and fall asleep. And I want my son to get into no mess. And if he do get into some mess, then I got to get, that's what he represented to me. The shirt, the stomach busting out, everything. And I'm not a hit against that, but he just gave that look, So I thought it was cool.
I think, like, rewatching it, I was even more convinced that he was a great father, or he is a great father in this film, because
he tried. He was trying.
He was like, "Oh, you want to go to a party at Play's house? Oh, okay, well, dang, I rented a movie for us. I thought it was
I
going to
know.
I was like,
Dolomite.
oh my God. First of all, we need to review Dolomite because I have not seen it. And I just feel like it's important. But I was just like, wait a minute. This man who has been working his ass off, go to sleep with the boot still on him. After he done made you a carb-heavy breakfast. Pancakes and hash browns and toast. Not a protein in sight. Not a vegetable in sight. You know the preparation. That preparation going to a pancake. Them wasn't instant. Them wasn't just add water pancakes.
No.
You had to add the egg and the milk.
Come on now. Come on.
He made them hash browns from scratch. I know
Peeled
he
the
did.
potatoes.
Peeled them. Done rented Dolomite. Done went to the Blockbuster to get the damn movie. Had a night planned for him and his son.
Okay.
But then he said, "Hey, all right, go to the party. Yeah, go to the party."
But also, he was with all that. He was an aware father too, because he knew he was like, oh, Play's parents work night just like I work nights. Number one, and secondly, I know they out of town.
Mm-hmm.
I know they out of town. So what y'all trying to do? But this is after he finds the letter. This is after he finds the letter and come in there and about to tell him off.
But my point is, with him working so hard and being so tired, sometimes, parents don't even know nothing about their kids' friends or who the kids' friends' parents are or what they doing. He knew.
Oh, and another example of that is when Bilal calls the house and he's like, "But what's your name, Bilal?" I'm like, why they name that boy that? They named the boy that African name, knowing they from Cleveland. I'm like, so you know that Play's parent or Peter's parents are out of town. You know that Bilal's parents are from Cleveland. Where is this set? Where's House Party set?
I'm trying to figure this out.
I don't know, actually.
Sure is not nobody's Miami. It sure is not nobody's San Francisco. We are not in Atlanta. We are not in Texas. Like I wouldn't be surprised if.
I was gonna say it could be like those upstate New York towns that are like you're all the way up,
like Buffalo or Rochester.
Yeah, those little. Maybe. And when I see like little things, like even if it's like 2020 or something like that, you see like the streets are like wide like that, like the Teacher Campbell parents' house. It could be something like that too. But you got to go up. Like
because she had a lot of
she had
stories too, like climbing out the window and had to jump on the porch and jump down again.
It could be a New York thing. It could be a New York thing. It could be, honestly, y'all, it could be like even like a Massachusetts thing too.
No, because Boston has their houses
have a certain look
different than any other city.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, it's a mystery. It's a mystery.
The film was filmed in Play's real home in Los Angeles. So
really,
yes. So that is another reason why I was like, well, I guess it is LA. But I could have sworn I heard that little boy say Detroit now.
I mean, maybe
I could have sworn.
Well, House Party 3 was a little bit different. I think we need to go back to 2 because 2 is when Kid and what's the name got married.
And they're in college. What college did they go to?
It looked like a California
that will help us out.
College, y'all.
So maybe it's just LA. It didn't feel like LA to me.
It didn't.
But also I haven't spent very much time there. And so I guess the statement is it didn't feel like the representations of LA that I have seen on film and TV.
And what if it's what if it's like how we have that visual of New York being like New York? What if it's like that LA where it's like y'all don't live in LA, you live like in California and it's like the neighborhood looks all cute and like that? Maybe it's that. Because I don't know, I forget what college they went to. I don't know the name of the college, but it looked like it was like in my mind it felt like it was like Stanford-esque. I could be wrong. I gotta Google it. If y'all give me 5 minutes, I can call Play real quick.
You gonna call him?
I always loved it.
Call Christopher.
I know. I love that nickname Play. I always liked it.
So, kid, the pink slip come through the door. His dad sees it. He's like, "You ain't going to no party tonight. You on punishment." And kid is like, "My daddy be tired. He work. He ain't gonna know I'm gone." So he still go. Well, he plans on going.
Creeps out the door and hears the door. Yep, yeah, and that was it.
But this also around this time, Play is getting his house together for his party. He vacuuming the rug. He taking all his mama's good china out the china cabinet and replacing it with plastic cups. He trying to get the music. Bilal is the DJ. Yep. So he's trying to they getting the records together. Do y'all think Play is a good friend?
No.
It's like, why are they friends with him? Because the way he treated Bilal, it's like he came to pick Bilal up.
Okay.
And he had that girl with him, and Bilal's like,
I got all my equipment,
dude. Like, I can't. What are you doing? And Play's like, man, it's okay, it's all right. First, he's not even taking care of it. He's scratching it in the trunk. And then pretty much he takes Bilal's stuff and drives off. And Bilal's just standing there like, what am I gonna do?
Literally. He was really, I think, genuinely to the core, he's a good friend. I think they're all a good group of friends. However, I definitely think that's like, it was warranted for Bilal to be mad at Play for that. It probably, if we're thinking like movie life, if it was a real story, that would be a conversation. Like, that would probably be a fight. That would be some kind of argument. It could have got rowdy. He would have to apologize, I would think. I think at the core, he's a good friend. But right there, he was messed up for that. Because what was in his mind, he really didn't care. He don't care about no equipment. He don't care. He's like, I'm coming back to get you. Like, what are you freaking out about right now? I care about this girl. Like, he really was like, chill out. Like, you just, like, you're just blowing up for no reason. Like, I'm going to come back. He just it didn't even hit him.
Give me 3 examples of Play being a good friend.
Okay.
At the end, when they got kid
yep, that's number 1.
That's the only time. That's just one.
Who paid for it?
Play drove. So I think they all pitched in. They all pitched in, I think. Remember they said they all pitched in, I believe. I also feel like he was a good friend with, I think he genuinely, I think the thread is that he genuinely like is friends with Kid. Like, he really does like him.
Genuinely, I am asking for specific examples, and I've got one.
I only got one. I only got one.
I think he was like, I don't know. I feel like he was like, what did he do? The check.
He was a jerk the whole movie to the end.
Yeah, because I don't have no problem giving you examples of how he's a bad friend.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to have any issues.
I thought he was just kind of like, I just think his mind was like, I am so excited for this party. I'm so excited for meeting these girls. I'm on that. But I don't think he was like horrible friend. It was just like, oh my God. Like, after the party, it'll be like, Play is just, did you know what you did this to me last night? You said this, that's me. But what y'all saying?
I think that Play is handsome, and I think he's used to getting his way because he's handsome.
And I think
he's charming.
He's charming.
He's cool.
He's popular.
And I think he likes Kid. I think he has the potential to be a good friend. But right now, and these people, they're young. Like, they're fucking
high
young.
School.
You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not saying that he should. He's not old boy from like, Why Did I Get Married? When he was like, like, he's not that. He's not Bishop. You know what I'm saying? But he is a little immature. Everything that, like, I'm not even mad that he doesn't help with the bullies because they're all scared of them. I'm not gonna, so it's like, I'm just gonna let him do that because I don't want to, I'm scared, but even when Kid is dancing against the girls, and first he's dancing with this other guy who's doing a really great job. He's drunk,
right,
and he falls.
Yeah,
and so Play is like, "Oh no, I got you. And I was like thinking, like, oh, he's a good friend. He's gonna battle the girl. He's gonna help Kid. I was like, nah, you just want it to be seen. Like, you just want it to be in limelight. Like, Kid was in the limelight. That's all that was going on.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Fair points.
Y'all want to get in the whole Kid, Play, Shireen, Sydney love square?
I'm confused.
Love rhombus.
It was one of them what was these things?
What?
It was like
Chinese fortune.
Who will I marry?
That little thing, that paper
thing.
That Can we just say, because we're gonna get into it with the whole thing, but just a quick tidbit. I really love the friendship between Sydney and Shireen. I loved everything about it. I like their fashion. I like their vibes. I like their conversation. But you know what?
Ass was looking like, what?
I really did.
I hated that one too.
Oh no, I like them. I understand it was effed up on that part. It was.
They were
but
cute.
They was like, I like their bond, but I love, and to this day, I always loved her name. I love Shireen. I always loved the name Shireen. I was like, oh my God, her name was Shireen. It just was cute. And she's just so fun. She's just so pretty. She's so vibrant. Her hair, her nails, like that kind of girl. I've always like, oh my God, I like that. Sorry, random. But yeah, it was definitely a weird situation with this whole love.
They was just swapping. I like Kid. You like Kid? I like Kid too. Right. I like Play. But I thought you like Kid. But I like Play now. But so you can like Kid.
But then Play kind of like me.
Okay, I like Kid.
But then Kid like me.
But I like Kid too. I'm like, I thought you like Play. I mean, I do, but I like Kid too. It's like, girl.
Which one is it? Pick a side.
Which felt very honest when we think about
Young Life.
Like, yeah, and I like how like you're trying it out. You're trying to figure it out. Mm-hmm. I thought Sydney was a little slut shamey.
Why? How?
With Shireen.
In what way?
Did she call it Shireen a hoe? She called her a hoe.
When?
Playful. But when she was leaving, when they all dropped each other off, and she was like, I thought you liked him. She was like, all right, whatever, bye, hoe. She was like, what?
Oh, yeah.
That's not a little joking now.
It was slut shamey. We're going to take a poll.
Oh, gosh. What the heck?
Friends say
yeah, they were saying a little crap.
You guys have never called me a whore.
We already knew you came in like that, so we need to call you that.
You call yourself that.
You call your own self that. That's the problem. That's another podcast right there. I ain't really get that vibe. I thought they were real friends.
I thought they were good friends.
I mean, it wasn't like, why did I do that with my teeth? But, I mean, it definitely, if we get into the part, well, I hope I'm not going too fast, but let's just get to that. Okay, that piece when, it was so messed up. She went upstairs, Sydney went upstairs to get her, to find out where Shireen was at, and also to see that Kid's dad.
Oh. Wait, Shireen was upstairs with Kid.
And it was some flirtation going on.
Sydney was on the stairs.
Right. And she went upstairs to give her, like, look for Kid to say, like, oh, your dad, whatever. And then she see Shireen up there. And Shireen was like, oh, well, girl, I'm just getting this jacket. I'll be right back. And you could just tell it was like, what? And so, I mean, Shireen didn't hide anything. I understand all that. But it was like, that was feeling funny.
Did Sydney ever say, I like Kid? Can you leave him alone? Because I would like to see where this goes with him.
I don't think she ever said that. But, I guess it's just like, that's why I said it wasn't like, that's why I feel like it wasn't like, oh my gosh, we've never been friends ever. Because she never really said that. You know what I mean? It was just that girl you know, that little girl thing, like, you know, like I like Bobby.
But
you know?
Shireen was liking both of them though, Kid and Flint,
Right.
and she was flip flopping with
She was
them.
flip flopping.
So
Because at one point, Sydney was like, because when Sydney said she kind of like Kid, and then Shireen looked at her, and Sydney was like, "I thought you liked
Right.
play." She was like, "Okay, but."
And Sydney,
that's what's wrong there. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and I don't think y'all are saying that Shireen is a horrible person, because she is flip flopping between the two. And I don't know. I just feel like there's a little bit of jealousy with Sydney because she's not getting the attention that Shireen is getting.
And Shireen's a popular homegirl.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And Sydney is, yeah, that's that. You know. I'm trying to think. Like, that's really what I would say. And I mean, and then also the same, Yucky, to your point, Ashley, like, she never really said anything. So I think when they kind of had like a little tiff, when they kind of talked it out, I think Shireen was kind of like coming from the place like, I don't, do you really like him? Because if you really like him, then, you know what I mean? But if you hear me talk about him, you ain't never said nothing. But when she said what she said, it felt like Shireen kind of came, towards the end of the movie, when they still having a little conversation or whatever, it felt like Shireen was like, "Girl, do your thing." Like when they was in the last scene, when they was in the car, like she wasn't like hating when they was,
Yeah, and I feel like Sydney was hating on Shireen for most of the movie when we see them all together. Especially if you've been acting like you don't like Kid. Because when we was together in front of my house, and I was and Shireen was saying like, "Kid's so chatty," and she was like, "But that's all you, girl. That square head, like that's you." And Sydney's like, "Girl, nah, like, so don't act like you have been like, oh, Kid is mine," even though a person can't belong to you. But I don't know. I think that there's just, and please don't think that I am being judgmental, because I have been Sydney. Like, even though I didn't say it, I'm in love with this man, and I'm upset that he's talking to you. So
I think we've all done that.
Yeah.
Because when we were younger, like we don't always say, "Hi, I like this person."
Yeah.
I have the biggest crush on him. We all kind of like hold that in a bit, and then we see someone else like kind of like step into the person we like. We're like, wait a minute.
This don't go along with my fantasy.
He's supposed to be mine.
In my daydream, this ain't how it's going. But I think that both of them are testing things out. I'm saying that when Shireen is testing things out, Sydney is being a little nice nasty. And I ain't like that. Anyway.
I think Shireen, she's just the type of person who is going to go after what she wants. And Sydney is more passive.
Yeah. I think so. And I think... go ahead, sorry.
I'll say the real problem is Kid. And Sydney called him out, like she should have, talking about, you just was trying to talk to my friend. Now you're trying to talk to me.
Just.
Come on.
Just.
I saw you trying to talk to my friend. Now you're trying to talk to me.
Literally.
I seen it. I have seen it. Did you see it?
Right. You can't play both sides.
But fast forward, and Kid in her bedroom.
Right, and you was gonna get with him anyway, so why the hell is you giving him all this shit? Got him up in your house. You got a younger sister, that's why y'all got the twin beds. It looked like enough rooms in there for you to have your own room.
No, I think
that was the thing.
I know people who had two beds. People had two beds back in the day.
It was like a cool thing.
I had two friends who were only children, and they had two beds in their room.
Why?
It was just cool.
One for your friends,
sleepovers, cousins. I was like,
her parents ain't letting Shireen come over.
No, when Shireen come over, she's like, "Hi, how are you guys? Okay, we're just gonna go upstairs and go to sleep." And girl, let me tell you. So she know how to play it. That's how I feel on that. That's how I feel. But I think she was just giving Kid like a hard time, because I think, like you said, you're just figuring it out. She doesn't really, You know, she's just figuring it out. Like, I like him. I don't know how to say it. Shireen's like so bold and confident. I'm not there yet. It's like, you know, that kind of angst.
The couple who I liked the most, they were also a couple in Boomerang.
Who? Martin?
Trivia.
John Witherspoon
and BB Drake.
Oh, why did I even say Martin?
I paid $15,000 for this house.
$15,000.
It's like her job as his wife in both of the films, House Party and Boomerang, is just to settle him down from the dramatics, from the foolishness.
Now I get the connection between Reginald Hudlin and House Party and Boomerang. Now it's coming together. It's coming together.
It does come together for me too.
I want to go back. This does kind of lead into it. We kind of skipped over the police presence throughout the movie. The police are... So Kid is trying to get to the party. The hoods are like kind of following him. The police are following them too. When Kid's dad finds out that he's probably at Play's house for the party, he walking down the street, police messing with him too. Kid crashes the Greek party that Sydney's parents is at, and they have an issue about calling the police. John Witherspoon is on the phone with the police, so we have like this police presence all throughout the movie, but different aspects,
right?
Because John Witherspoon, his character, he like, listen, I'm tired, I'm trying to sleep, people next door making too much noise, police. But then at the Greek party where Sydney's parents are, they don't want to. They kind of know that if they call the police on Kid, because they kind of get into a tussle at the party, and it's like they don't really want to press charges or involve the police because they know, okay, this is a black kid. We're not trying to do this. Like, yes, they messed up our evening, but we don't want to take it that far. Right? And then you still have the white police officers patrolling the streets.
In this more than likely black neighborhood. So it's still the same thing.
And it's even, what I like about what it shows is that the Greek party was important because it showed this is not a poor black neighborhood. These are educated, college educated black folks having their little fancy get together.
Why did y'all have George Clinton as the DJ at y'all party? Why was George Clinton the DJ?
Black. They still black.
Y'all was
rich.
No.
They rich. Black excellence.
Why? Y'all know y'all wasn't gonna get down to what George Clinton get down to, and of course he wasn't George Clinton in the movie. It was just George Clinton playing a DJ,
right?
But I just appreciated seeing him.
Me too.
I didn't recognize him, but I knew he was someone. I think I only recognized him with the colorful hair, which is silly.
He still had colorful hair. Well,
it was blonde.
One color. Yeah.
Yeah, it was blonde and black. I'm used to the rainbow.
The rainbow color.
But yeah. So yeah, I definitely agree with you. I wonder if John Witherspoon's character knew the police were not coming, so it was all just empty threats.
Oh, the funny part was, hello, okay, 911, okay, I'll hold. Like, I'll hold.
What the heck?
You already know they're not coming. He just on the phone. He just wants to express himself because his wife don't care. She just like, boy, go to bed.
She's had it.
He's just like, no, I need to talk to somebody right now.
It's important.
So I'm gonna call somebody. He know they're not coming. He know they're gonna happen next door.
And he is flirting with the children who are in the party. It's like, take your ass inside and go to bed.
But he paid $15,000 for that house, so he need his beauty rest. $15,000.
It's a school night, so it's a weeknight. So he probably got to go to work in the morning.
Oh yeah, good point. Definitely, for sure.
It seems like every time Kid raps in this film, it's under like a tense moment when he's like running, when he crashes the Greek party and he like gets on the mic to try to diffuse the situation with the hoods. He starts rapping, and then even at the party when him and Play start rapping, it seemed a little bit of tension. It's like they weren't being too friendly with each other. They were like airing their grievances at each other. And then again, when Kid is in jail, it's like he's rapping again to kind of diffuse the situation, or just to kind of like, okay, let me rap because I don't know what to do. It's like nervous. The rapping comes out of his nervousness.
Yeah, I love that. And even though that final rap it was a little cringy, didn't age well, but like, can we not? But like maybe that is his natural state. Maybe rapping is his preferred speech. Like it's that is what comes natural to him. So that is what he reaches for, you know.
It was reminiscent of Insecure with Issa rapping in the mirror. It's rapping. Like, but her rap was more like, I need a little boost, you know. I'm not feeling, you know, I feel a little bit not confident right now, so let me try to
get some
figure things out.
I was just gonna say that.
And Kid's rap, he was like, okay, I'm a little nervous, you know, I'm a little bit scared right now. Let me rap.
Let's rap.
All I can do is rap.
Let's rap right now. True.
So we said Kid went to jail. He got in jail because of the white police caught up with him and the Hoods. And what they go to jail for? Just being
probably
outside?
Disturbing the peace.
Right, something mild.
And being outside.
Yeah. Being black.
Come on. Everybody in the jail was black.
Everybody.
Can we talk about Pops coming to the house and reading the children for filth?
All of them. The friend that said his last name was X. It was just so many things.
Bring me 2 bean pies and a pork chop sandwich. Follow the drip. Y'all in here doing something wrong. In here messing up these people's house. No, it ain't paid for. And I love how, like, and again, everybody knows that that's Kid's dad. Like, you ain't go. I have cousins. I have first cousins. If they met first of all, if y'all met my dad, y'all would be like, who is it? If I have first cousins that I'm close to, and if my dad came walking in, they would be like, who that is? Because he's not so
like, what's your name, sir?
Sir, who are you? And why are you here? You know? And I would be like, Dad. But everybody knows that is Kid's dad. Everybody knows. And I appreciate how they all have his back.
Right.
But I appreciate that everybody knows him. Because he is present in his son's life. And not just present, but like active. Like, just being a good dad, you know? And even before that, when he's telling Kid that he can't go to the party, he was being so reasonable. Like, look, it will be one thing if his parents were here,
right?
But they're not here. And he's like, you need to focus on these books. Don't make a mistake like I did. And so Kid's upset because it's like, dang, Dad, you calling me a mistake? And Pops apologizes. my dad ain't never apologized to me. And that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of parents and a lot of Black parents will not apologize to children because there's true. That sense of pride. So even early on, because I think now we're in a conversation, we're having a cultural conversation of like, elders need to apologize to young people when they have messed Absolutely. Up. But now, you know, even in the early 90s, we see this Black man. That was not a thing back in the day. That was not a thing. And so I just love that. Mm-hmm. I loved that. He wasn't like too disrespectful, because when he got up to Sydney, he was like, okay, nobody go upstairs. Oh, okay. Wow. I'll leave.
Yeah.
You know. So I just love Robin Harris in this movie.
He did a great job. He was definitely like a force in it. I think he added a lot of value to it, you know. And like you said, like, you know, growing up, seeing it, it just kind of made me feel like, oh, you know, just like a strict dad or a strict, you know, a strict father figure, a strict father in this situation, you know, that, you know, people can relate to. But then growing, like, you know, looking at it again, it was like, I agree. It was just like, oh, wow. Really like a loving, caring, protective, you know, present dad.
And he knew stuff about his kids, because there's parents who don't know nothing about their kids.
Nothing.
Couldn't even tell you where Peter's house is.
Couldn't even tell you, like, they're their parent, you know, they provide and all those things, but they don't know. Like, I don't know where that boy live. I don't know, you know, but he's definitely aware. And kid hates that, but he's definitely aware.
I mean, all kids would. Like, you don't want your parents in your business.
I know, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't do anything. So it definitely highlighted that angst, that parent-child relationship, especially as you're a high schooler. You know what I mean? So the angst is like, you are fighting for your independence. You are fighting for your freedom. It's like, please, like, I don't need a ride. I don't need, you know, I know how to handle myself. So it was all those things. You could see that, you know. And watching it as a kid, it was like, oh my God, high school, you know. So House Party always has that nostalgia, you know, like, oh my gosh, it's just, you know, it was good.
Y'all have any memorable house parties?
Oh, in real life?
Oh, yeah, high school house parties.
Well,
what?
I did.
I never had enough friends to pack the house.
I'm not saying you did it, but did you go, like, any experience?
I had no friends who invited me to house.
Oh my God.
I didn't know you lied.
Still don't. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with another film and more opinions. Leave a review and tell us what you'd like for us to watch. And let's keep the convo going on Instagram. You can find us at Curry Gumbo. Be well. Happy watching. Love y'all. Bye.